Hey, well, what's going on, Warriors? What's going on? Great to see you. Let me know where you're coming in from in the chats below. This is James Ng coming to you live from Palm Desert. Me and my wife, Becky and Jaden, we are out at a marriage retreat actually from our church. I think it's so important to invest into the things that are most important in life. And one thing that we're big, in fact, I typically have a word for the year. And how about you? If you have a word for your year, let us know what your word is in the comments below. You're going to want to tag all your teammates onto this, by the way. This is something that every single person that's ever been involved in Partner Co. within the Warrior movement needs to be on because I believe there's a solution coming that's going to solve some of the biggest problems that all of us face. But anywho, yeah, one thing we're big on this year, I had a word of freedom. That was my word. Year of freedom. If you would like freedom, put freedom in the comments below. And that's different from everybody. But I look at freedom as something that you're allowed to do the things that you want to do with who you want to do it with. Money and time is not the issue. It's just, do you want to be able to do that? Right? Whether that's travel, whether that's being with your family, whether that's diving into your faith. In fact, this weekend is about all three of those, which is a lot of fun. But there was something so big that I couldn't help but to come on live here today because many of you have been hearing the buzz about the Machine 2.0. And today I want to talk to you about what the machine is, why it's so important, and why I truly believe that if you're looking for a life of freedom, that this could be your shot. This could be your opportunity to really be able to establish that for you and your family. So I hope you're excited about that and keep on letting us know in the chats below. Yeah, there we go. All right, I think I got them live right here. Perfect. I see you guys. All right. So right off the bat, I do also want to say that I'm in an interesting position these days where I have kind of a multiple different roles, as most of us do in our lives, right? So on one hand, we have an amazing collaboration of organizations called the Champions Network. And within this, we have an amazing collaboration of leaders and organizations and tribes that we all do very similar things, but we're slightly different. Systematically, the main difference is there's different groups, there's different systems, there's different backends of things, but we preach a very similar message. For sake of example, we have Gigi Vitality that just came on from Australia. Shout out to them. We have the Revolution Partners with Cindy and Lindsay and their amazing leadership. And then we have the Warrior Movement. We also have F10X with Dana Amelia, for example, for now. And I believe there's power in collaboration, right? We want always to have that. That's how we're constantly doing different things together. But at the end of the day, also within each of these tribes are certain systems and frameworks. So you want to make sure that whatever tribe you're part of, that you're following that tribe's systems. I also want to let you know that we're always in collaboration. The power of being in multiple different tribes is we can test, we can collaborate, we can mastermind, we can try different things, and then we can see what works and what doesn't work, right? So today, though, I do want to be specific that this will be specific to the Warrior Movement system. Now, everyone in the Champions Network can absolutely use it, but as a leader, I would highly encourage follow your tribe's systems because what matters if you want freedom, all right, I hope you take down this note. Personalities don't duplicate, but systems do. Personalities don't duplicate, but systems do. Type systems in the chat below if that makes sense to you. Or if you're still with me, it's so crucial. It's so important because here's the truth. There's a lot of systems out there that can work, but just like baking a cake, you can't just take like one part of a recipe here and then another part of a recipe there and expect that to produce the same outcome. You need to make sure that every single detail is actually the same when it comes to a systematic approach of things. All right. So today I want to talk about what the Warrior Movement system is and specifically what the Machine 2.0 is. Okay. So the first question is, well, what is the machine? Well, the machine came from Cindy and Lindsay. Shout out to them. If you love Cindy and Lindsay, put CL in the comments below. Like innovative. I call them the future of the face of Partner Co. They really understand the big issues that are in that network marketers face They had built an organization of 25,000 people prior to us partnering. They've done amazing things. They've coached network marketers actually around the world, and they're really big, and they got their finger on the pulse of what's going on. All right, where are the big issues? And I remember when we sat down, what, year and a half ago, we're out in Puerto Rico. We just flew them in to meet with John and Darren, and they were debating, should we do this again or not? They proposed an idea to John and Darren, and they said, this is a solution that everybody has been looking for, but no one's created. And what is this geared to? And they called it the machine. I remember John and Darren heard this, and they were just mind blown. They were like, wow, we see that no one else has this, and we see that we absolutely need it. All right. So, what is the machine? The machine is essentially a funnel that you can have where instead of sending a presentation out or doing a live Zoom or doing an in-person presentation, which are all great, you send this funnel, and the funnel will give information on the product, it'll give information on the business, right? This business is very simple. In the business, this is all we do. We just get end consumers to use our product, and then we help others to be able to share the product as well. So every single flow, you might think about Tim Sales. He has something called the pipeline. You prospect, you invite, you have them see your presentation, you follow up, and they say yes or no. The same in any business, whether it's real estate or network marketing, but that's all we do. So the better that we can do that as a team, the better that you can do that as an entrepreneur, as a leader, the more that you're going to get paid. It's just getting the information in front of more eyeballs. There's nothing else to it. That really is the name of the game. Okay, well, where's the issue? Here comes the issue. The issue is you start to learn how to invite, you start to learn how to prospect, you start to learn how to post, you start to get some attention, and all of a sudden you get leads coming in, you get people coming in, taking a look. And I don't know if you've ever struggled with this or not, but who here has ever struggled with following up with your own prospects? You forget. You feel like you're annoying. You don't know what to say. You don't want to bug them. You don't want to feel salesy. I still make mistakes today. By the way, the other day, somebody came back to me. They're like, James, you're being too salesy right now. I'm so sorry. Right. So follow up, we know the fortune is in the follow ups. But what happens when you're scared to do the follow up? You're not sure to do the follow up. You're not confident. Well, a lot of sales don't happen. And that's not what you want for your business. Here's the next issue is, let's say you get really good at following up. What happens if you have your teammates that get on board? You want duplication, you want freedom, right? Let's say you're the best at follow up, you can close, you can sell, you can recruit, but then your teammates are brand new. They're talking to a lot of people. Imagine your brand new person gets 20 people interested in the product, but they don't know how to follow up. They don't know how to get the information out there. They're scared. They're brand new. Well, guess what? They're not getting paid. And for your business, you're not tap rooting, you're not duplicating. So you're not getting those 20 leads as well, too. Can you guys imagine how much missed opportunity there is in your business, your people's businesses, just because we don't know or we're scared to follow up? There's a lot of money that's left on the table. All right. So there's one side of network marketing. Here's the other side. If you're any student about business as a whole, you then see online marketers, digital marketers. Like, there's a lot. We all get flooded by this all the time, right? You see it on your Instagram, you see it on your YouTube, you see all of these things where they promise, hey, here's a business system. Hey, you can make money online. And then you go online, and to be honest, it's over your head. It costs a lot of money. You got to build out a lot of things. It takes a lot of time. You got to do spending money on ads, funnels, coding. This stuff for the average person. What are we? We are people in network marketing. We are catering to the average. We're catering to the average person that just wants to make an extra $500 or $1,000 a month. They're the mom that's at home. They're the working dad. They're the grandparent. They just want to do something fun, share, be able to earn, and have a little bit more freedom in their life. So when you talk about online marketing, while we know it's possible, it's really overwhelming. If you've ever tried, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on these courses, and many times you might take the course, but you still don't actually have a functioning business. But we know that online is the way of the future. You have things like affiliate marketing, digital marketing, ads, and all of these types of things. right? So what does the machine do? The machine is the solution to bridge the gap between online marketing, digital marketing, and network marketing. And what the machine does is it equips the average network marketer to be able to have the power, the scalability, the leverage, the technology piece of online digital marketers without needing to do that. It is done for you. All right. Put done for you in the comments below. Huge. And it doesn't just give you a nice looking funnel and a presentation. The genius of the machine is it does follow up for you. Here's the big part, right? We all know we should follow. Even me, I still lose follow-ups. I'm in my DMs and I see there's people that are interested, but I just forget to follow up because I'm busy, right? We have a lot of things going on. You have your names of people on different sheets of paper, post-its everywhere, and you forget. Okay. The machine, what it does, it allows people when they come in to find more information, they can opt in, they can put their email down, and they will then be followed up with a sequence of at least 10 days of email follow-up. What does this do? This allows you to market once, but then to be able to leverage systems to be able to follow up for you. We implemented Machine 1.0, and I'll share with you. Cindy Lindsay launched it, and then we took it and we had our own flair on this. And let me show you what we have right now within the Warrior Movement, right? And it's worked super, super well. So, okay, let me share my screen here real quick. Okay, here's Machine 1.0. So this is in the boards, this is in the scripting. We have this both for day and night drops and the Slendrx Accelerate. I'm just sharing with you Slendrx and Accelerate. So let's see here. All right, when someone asks you for information, we tell them, hey, go to this website. It has a nice looking presentation. You don't have to do the presenting for them, right? And then on here, here's the key, is it actually asks them, hey, put in your information if you want a free set of drops. If they do this, then it'll shoot out a 10-day email follow-up sequence. And we have seen, I just think about a James Laponzi. James Laponzi is a vice president with us now. His team is exploding. James is a serial entrepreneur. He's been at the top in multiple network marketing companies, guru of the industry. And when he came into this, he implemented the machine. He started getting his prospects into this. The email started doing their job. And guess what? James said to me, James, for the first time in my life, I have prospects that are coming to me asking me to buy. Who here would love it if your people, without you lifting a finger, would come to you to ask you to buy? Like, that is duplication. That is freedom. There's no other system on the planet that can do that. And that's exactly what the machine does. All right. So what is 2.0 and why is this important? Well, the issue with 1.0 is while it's amazing, with 1.0, we did not have at the time the capacity to be able to link it directly with your own partner co-ID. All right, because it's complicated. The best thing we could do, which it still works and it's still amazing, is you would tell people, get back with the person who shared this with you and start the drops today, which worked. All the emails also do the same thing. They say, get back to the person who referred you to the drops so that you can actually go buy them. And guess what? It does work. Okay. However, what we found is that was still a gripe, especially because whether you're, let's say this, who here would love to recruit massive influencers, people that have tons of following on social media, affiliate marketers, people that can just share a link out there and then they can actually do this, right? We have influencers in our team that do very, very well. Lighty Lightner, she came in and joined the family this last year. She hit chairperson level 2 in like, I don't know, a couple of months. I think in her first, I mean, this is a partner only call, right? She's a massive influencer. I think in her first year, she made close to $500,000 in Partner Co. And she's not even doing this seriously, right? But she's like a massive influencer. But if you want people like that in your team, you need to make sure you have the technology, the systems, and the know-how to actually serve and support them. So that's been a gripe on our head for a long time. So some people use the machine to its full capacity, some people didn't. If you notice, what we did is we made this email opt-in where it's not even a requirement. It's like a if you want to type of thing, because there was still that complication. Like people were still stuck and they couldn't tie it directly to their own link. Well, what is Machine 2.0? What if I were to tell you that now we have the tech capacity where you can get your own customized, done for you, duplicated funnel that is actually geolocated, by the way, meaning that you're like, well, maybe I'm in Australia and I'm promoting in Canada and they have different drops, for example. Guess what? This Machine 2.0 will actually be able to target or know where the prospect is located so that when they go onto it, they'll actually see the right respective drops for them in their market, and it'll be tied directly to your name. This way, you don't have to wait on people getting back to you. This way, you have quicker conversion. This way, it's all there. All right. Let me show you a sneak peek on what this looks like. And at the end of this, I'm going to talk about you can be one of the first to access this. If you're excited about this, put a 10 in the comments below. Like truly, 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 this is something spectacular. Okay. And I truly believe God's hand is in this because it takes a perfect storm to actually do what it is that we have here. Okay. So introducing to you Machine 2.0. I'm going to share with you, shout out to Cindy and Lindsay. They've worked their guts out with, we have another amazing collaboration within Partner Code. If you know Tim Sales and Laura, master distributors, they have a cool company called Pipeline Funnels, which has the tech capacity to actually support what it is that we have. I'm going to share with you the Revolution's funnel of Machine 2.0. Thank you. They allowed us to collaborate with this too. So we're going to have access to something very similar, but I want to walk you through what this will look like so you can see for yourself and ask yourself, will this make a big difference? Okay, so let's go through this. So let's say this is you and you now send a link just like this. What's cool is, and this is my friend Nick, if you see up here, it says you've been invited to get the scoop. All right. Well, if you look on the bottom, it has like a nice, this is the email capture page. So they come in, people are like, what are the drops? And you can see how this all works. There's some before and after photos, there's some pictures, and now you can actually get some really cool information. You can get some info. So when you click on this, what do you get? You get a couple of extra goodies. So this way people want to put in their information. They know they're not going to get spam. They know they're going to get 10 plus emails. They know they're going to get a really cool hormone balancing protein guide. And let's say you put in your information here and I'll check this off. You can put in a phone number or not, but let's say you don't put in a phone number. You know what's cool? This will also follow up both in email and in text. Text is higher converting. All right. So this way you're going to see conversions happen really fast. You click send me the info. All right. What's going to happen? It will then lead you to the next step here. And you're going to have a video right now. This is amazing, Lindsay. And she has her video here. And it'll talk to you about what the drops are. Okay. Give you some more before and after photos. And at the end, you can say, all right, I want to go buy the drops. Okay. You can click yes, I want to buy them. Yes, I want to join the Facebook group, or you can peek the 6-figure blueprint. If you buy them, this should be tied right now. Let me see if this is working here. I might be on the wrong one. Let's see. Okay. What you will find here is on the top, it'll actually link directly with whoever it is that coded this to your link. Do you see this is the Revolution? This is Cindy and Lindsay's specifically, right? So imagine instead of that, it's your name. It is Diane Odom. You're shopping with Diane Odom. It is you're shopping with Erica D'Amico. It is you're shopping with Melody Joy, for example, right? So these are huge because automatically they can buy right then and there. And actually they can shop for whatever they want. If you notice, it goes right to America because I'm in America. Is anyone excited about that? Put a me in the comments below if you're excited about what you saw there. Okay. But not only that, let me show you what else happens. Let's say they don't buy, they can click the Facebook group. This one leads to Cindy and Lindsay's Drop Revolution. For Warrior Movement, this will lead into Wellness 360. By the way, if you're part of Gigi Vitality, Annika, I've already had discussions with her. She wants to build this out for Gigi Vitality. So this will lead to Gigi Vitality's group or whatever organization you're in. But here's a cool part. This is what I'm excited about. Not only will it sell the drops for you, but it'll also help upsell people to become partners. Who here would want more excited partners in your team as well too? All right. So you lead with the drops, but guess what? They're coming in here. You know how you recruit people? The moment you prospect somebody, they're asking in their brain, can I do what you do? Seriously, they're thinking, how did they do this? And can I do this too? The harder you make it to have your process be, the less duplicatable. Here, what do we do? You have in your boards, we do posts. People start getting attracted. People are like, what are the drops? You send them to this link. They put in their information. They see this simple video, and they're like, this I can do. So now they peak the six-figure blueprint. And guess what? There is a presentation here that Cindy and Lindsay did. I think we're going to keep, it's an amazing presentation. And it'll show you exactly how the system works and it'll do the explaining for you. All right. Guess what though? On the bottom, you know what's cool? It'll put whoever the presenters are and your name. Right now, this is a generic link, but it'll say your name. So I'm seeing like a Andrea Ray, for example. It'll say Andrea Ray, and you're going to have your own photo, team leader and brand partner. You can co-brand yourself amongst the other leaders. This way you're given credibility. This way you're given leadership as well too. How cool is that? You know, it upsells why to become a partner. And guess what happens? People can either ask you questions. If they do, and they click on this, it'll give them your phone number, your email, so they can reach out directly to you. If they have questions on the products, guess what? You can click on this and it'll lead them directly to the PartnerCo magazine so they can upsell themselves on all the products. How cool is that? Some of you have never seen this magazine. It's really nice looking. It makes you want to buy stuff, you know? And when you go back, you can also enroll now and join. And guess what? This is tagged right to you. This is tagged right to your name. And it'll also be located in their own respective markets as well. Oh, by the way, remember, because they already opted into the emails, they are now getting email automations on the back end. So for 10 days, they are getting really cool emails so that if they forgot to join or they had more questions or they forgot to, they needed more time, guess what happens? They're going to get followed up in a nice way. Everything that we have here in terms of the emails are just wordsmithed so well where you're going to see exactly how this works, right? So for example, I'll share with you some of the emails here. Cindy and Lindsay, they are masters at copywriting to make it in a way where it's not annoying and it's not spammy. So for example, you come in, here is an example, one of the emails. Hey, James, prospect name. And then it gives you all of these details, right? Here's what's cool. It'll give you a link. Before Machine 1.0, the call to action was just get back with the person that connected with you for more information. Now, you know what's cool? It'll give you a direct link back to you, your information, your contact. You're going to put in your information here, right? But also it'll say click here to order. And that links right back to your link again. Guys, imagine you have email on your side, you have follow-ups on your side, you have all this digital marketing on your side, and you have it done for you. Okay, there's more aspects to this, but how cool is that? If this is something that you know that you want, put I want that in the comments below. I'm telling you, here's the truth. Times change. Technology changes. Network marketing doesn't change. People don't change, right? Technology does. It's like if we didn't adapt to boards. How thankful are we for boards now? It's like if we're not adapting to AI or ChatGPT or anything, you're going to get left behind. With this tool is, without beyond a shadow of a doubt, no one else has this. No other network marketing company. I don't think they even the capacity to do this if they wanted to, because it requires a lot on the back end and requires an agreement between the company and the rep. So it's like almost non-duplicatable, right? No one else has this. So if you want to be in a space right now where you're innovative, but it can save you money, time, and energy, and it can help you to convert faster, upsell faster, and to save you time, you have that now in the Machine 2.0. All right. So here's the question. Well, how does it work and how do I get access? Well, what's great is this process of Machine 2.0, it's actually it's simple once we have it put together to give you one. You don't have to program anything. You don't have to know any tech. You don't have to do anything. What if I were to tell you all it takes for you to get your own machine programmed directly to you with your face, your information, your links and everything is a simple form that will be done through our Alice. If you know, we have an onboarding system. Shout out to Tiff and Liz, onboarding experts. They helped us build out what is called Alice Bot, our onboarding bot. And this is step by step by step by step. I've already informed them, had great conversations yesterday. They're going to help us reprogram this, where imagine the very first part, what it's going to do is just going to give you a simple form. It's going to ask you for your name, your picture, your brand partner ID number, I think your phone number, your email. And then it'll program your machine link right for you. And you're going to have your own customized link for free. Guys, put the word free in the comments below. All right. Like that's the best price in the world. Now understand, we pay for this. We pay for the emails. We pay for the text. We pay for that, but it's okay. We want to invest in you. All of the organizational leaders want to invest in you, but because we know how big of a deal that this is. Guys, think about this. I want to take it to a high level. Systems duplicate, people don't, right? And then I'll talk to you about how to gain access to this. You now have at your fingertips, or very, very soon. We already signed the contract. We're building it out. It's going to take a little bit. But you now have at the tip of your fingertips the #1 most effective converting sales tool in the world that'll track the average person that's been frustrated by follow-up to the network marketing business leader that's looking for systems that duplicate. This will recruit your leaders, by the way. You know what leaders look for? Leaders look for systems. They don't care about the product necessarily. They don't care about the component. They care about systems will work for the average person. This allows the average person to simply be able to convert a lot faster. Okay. This will also attract affiliate marketers, digital marketers, influencers as well, because they're looking for something very easy that can be done for them. You have that piece. You have our Alice onboarding, where the onboarding process that solves the duplication piece, because when this hits, it's going to duplicate really fast. What does the Alice do? It helps you where regardless of who your upline is and their availability, it gives you a repeatable, duplicatable, effective, positive onboarding experience that's systematic, that allows people to actually do every single step in the system to get plugged in, to launch, to get their machine now, to do all of that. So this way you don't have to worry. This is how we just onboarded 700 leaders in Australia in a couple of weeks. Guys, they were getting started at 3 a.m. in my morning. I couldn't be awake. Well, sometimes I was awake, but I'm not going to onboard 700 people and they don't know how to onboard. They're brand new. So if you would like that to happen for you too, that's why systems matter so much. We have access to these tools. We have access to these systems. We already have our boards, right? Where all of our scripts and everything is already done in there. And I think the last piece that's a very big difference that we do. What does this allow us to do better? What's the purpose of tools? The X factor ultimately, while tools and systems are great, the X factor is always you. We want to help unlock the inner warrior in you. We want to help unlock the inner champion in you. At the end of the day, what's going to build your business the most is you rising up to the person, the leader that God's called you to be, loving on other people, connecting with them, building relationships. What these systems and tools do, they do not do. They don't replace you. AI will never replace you. I would submit actually though, with technology at a high now, you matter even more because people need your personality. People need your authenticity. People need your voice. People need your story. But what do these tools and systems do? Allow you to delegate, to scale, to automate, to eliminate things that take a lot of your time, energy, and thought that are removing you from doing your highest income producing activity in network marketing, which is building relationships, sharing the story, connecting with other people. Who here is excited to be able to connect with more people with less stress? Knowing in the back of your head, you have tools and systems that are going to help you with the conversion process, the upsell process, and also the scale and duplication process. This way, I feel super confident that I can just connect someone to this business and that anybody can win in this. The only way you can't win in this system is that you don't do anything. But it doesn't matter if you're from Yale or from jail, you have a GED or PhD, you have 1 million followers, you have 100 followers. We now have a full package system from everything that no one else has. It's tuned specifically for Partner Co. That's now going to be tuned specifically for the Warrior Movement and everyone within the Champions Network. That is going to give you a complete X factor. Does this blow your mind? On a scale of 1 to 100, 100 being the most excited, put a number in the chat that on how you're feeling right now. I hope I explained that well enough. I hope you can see why I'm so excited, because what's our target at the end of the day? I want you to be able to take you and your family out and just go relax in a nice resort and a nice pool, knowing that you can cover it financially, knowing that you don't have to worry about calling off time from work, knowing that you can actually not stress out about always being plugged in on your phone, to be able to actually enjoy knowing that you're impacting lives. Okay. All right. How do you get access to it? The big question. Tech takes some time. So I know the Revolution, they are launching this. So watch what they're doing, right? See what they're doing. Look at their marketing. You can start marketing, by the way that they market, which is great. I believe their goal is, God willing, that this week they're launching theirs, which is awesome, right? So excited that they're launching, they're pioneering, and pioneers are great. We're all going to learn from each other, right? Me, Cindy, Lindsay, Becky, we're constantly masterminding, but we're always going to make this better, right? For the Warrior Movement, it'll be probably a couple of weeks. Yeah. So we know that when we build it out, we're going to need a test group, because with anything with tech, as amazing as it sounds, there will be glitches, there will be issues or things that we need to tune up. Ours will look very similar to Cindy and Lindsay's. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We'll have a couple of different things that'll customize it to ours, but it's similar. Okay. This is what we decided to do. If you want to be one of the first, by the way, to get your hands and access on Machine 2.0, put Machine 2.0 in the comments below. I'm going to tell you exactly who we're going to give it to you now. All right. So we have a promo going on right now. And this promo is based on a focus that we have found that if you want to make 6 figures in 6 months in this business, if you get 10 customers and 2 partners within a month, and you duplicate that every month for 6 months, and you duplicate that in your team every month, in 6 months, you'll be senior officer making a 6-figure income. Many people have done that already this last year. Okay. So what we did is we threw a promo, and we put Dr. Joshua Plant, our new chief science officer, as a major carrot to the stick. And Dr. Joshua Plant is going to be an exclusive call. This is open for the entire Champions Network for all organizations. If you do 10 and 2 between June 6th and July 4th, you will be on that call. The first 5 to do it will be able to ask your question to this. Now, who is going to actually get this, though? Who's going to get the machine? This is what we're going to do. As soon as we can get access to the machine, the first test, those that hit 10 and 2 and qualified for this will get first dibs. We thought it's fair because we don't want to add or replace anything that we're doing. We want to amplify and add on. So we figured the ones that need access the most, and honestly, the ones that are going to have the best feedback, are the ones that are doing the income producing activity. If you're enrolling 12 people, you need to know what the machine's about. We need to know from you what you think, because you're absolutely doing this. Okay. So whoever qualifies for this Dr. Josh Plant by doing 10 and 2 or enrolling 12 people, at least 2 of them being a brand partner, as soon as we have the ability to give you a link, we will add you a part of the test group to be the first to get access to this so we can get some feedback from that. Will it be July 4th that we'll launch it? I believe we'll have this machine up before July 4th. It might be within the next week or 2. So my challenge to you, my encouragement is, if this interests you, be the first to qualify and just wrap this up. Guys, first mover's advantage is a very big deal. If you want to have a competitive edge in a fast moving marketplace right now, it's about being the first to move. It's about being the first to market. Okay. So if this makes sense, put 10 and 2 in the comments below. That's how you can get access. This is pinned in the featured section of the Warrior Movement. So be sure to read this. There's a tracking sheet. Like, a lot of you are already making heavy progress to this. But if you want to be the first to be a part of this, then hit 10 and 2, and we will unlock that to you. Okay. So I ended with this. First mover's advantage. I was in Australia not long ago. I was hanging out with Annika Bell and Gigi Vitality, and we were celebrating on Annika's husband is an incredibly successful business person, amazing accountant, does extremely well, and we were doing a celebration on his super yacht, and we're hanging out and everything. And this guy knows business. He really understands like how to really be strategic. And you know why Gigi Vitality did $500,000 of sales in their first month of business? And there were many other groups that came from Modere that did not. Out of every group that came from Modere, when Modere unfortunately shut down, that came into Partner Code, they were the fastest growing and the highest duplication. Why? Because as soon as Modere shut their doors down, unfortunately, Annika had a conversation with her husband, Ant. And Ant said this: what you need to do right now is you need to be the first to market and the fastest to move. You need to be present. You need to be out there. You need to move quick, because the opportunity window is so small. You need to slot yourself in when others are still trying to find their ways, to showcase that you have something different and to showcase that you're moving. Guess what? She was the first to market. Within a day or two of Modere shutting down, and they made the decision to partner in PartnerCo and then partner here within the Champions Network. She put together a presentation, launched it. It was the first presentation I'd ever seen. Actually, I still haven't seen another presentation done by someone that's come from Modere to PartnerCo. And guess what? They attracted people from everywhere, because first movers advantage is a very big thing. All right. We have an opportunity with Machine 2.0 for you to be a first mover's advantage. This will be adopted. I know within our PartnerCo family, they want this. And I know it's going to go around, right? We don't want to withhold things, but we have an opportunity here. Now, the Revolution, they are pioneering this first. So I'm so excited. So congratulations. Let's go. Next up, Warrior Movement. Let's go on this. We know this is the future. We've already tested it with 1.0. We already know it works. 2.0 is 10x better. And truly, 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 if you want the rest of 2025 to be a banner year, a year of freedom, one a massive system and scale, you want to make sure you're a part of this. So what do you want to do right now? Be the first in this, hit 10 and 2. I'd also encourage you, tag every single partner that is either engaged right now, or maybe they haven't been engaged. This is our opportunity to really bring everyone back into the fold, because we have a unique timing right now. And guys, by the time it's September in Dallas PXP, you're going to see how everyone is going to be at different levels, different promotions, different success, different incomes. But we have to move right now. We have 90 days until PXP. All right. Other than that, 10 and 2, we'll see you in that group. Once again, if you haven't committed yet, be sure to commit. Let us know if you have any questions, and let's go rock this. Other than that, God bless. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.